Hey guys, welcome back to Brian's Farming Videos. If you're new to the channel, I'm Brian, and welcome to the channel. We've been running this Fendt 942 tractor, pulling this Fendt Momentum planter for, well, the better part of a month now. So it is leaving today. Before it left, I thought I would make a quick video on the 942, comparing it to our 1000 series Challengers. We have two 1038 Challengers, very similar tractors, but different. So I thought we'd make a quick comparison. One thing people always ask me is, what's the difference between a 1038 Challenger and a 1038 Fendt? Are they basically a Fendt? Well, they are. For example, over here on the serial number, it says Fendt right there, just like this Fendt does. It says Fendt right there. Now the 900 series is a smaller framed tractor than the 1000 series though. So that's what we're kind of going to compare. The 900 is only available in the Fendt brand. It is not available in the Challenger brand. So several unique characteristics that set it apart from the Challenger. First off, the frame size is smaller. This, I'm pretty positive this would be more compatible with like an 800 series John Deere or an 8R John Deere. Has a 9-liter MAN engine or MAN engine, whatever you're supposed to say. But I believe that's the same size displacement as in an 8R John Deere. So very similar as far as that goes. Similar horsepower specs you can get it in. I believe you can get this down to 300 horsepower. I don't think they go below 300 in the 9 series. And then you can get it all the way up to 400 and the 42, the 942, 415 horsepower. A couple other unique options on the Fendt. Until 2020, I believe on the 2020 Challengers you can get the I believe it's called the Vario Grip. Basically you can put how much air you want in your tires from the cab, and it will maintain that air pressure. That didn't used to be available in the Challengers. Now it is. Also on this particular Fendt, I don't know if this is a 900 series thing or if this is the same one in the 1000s, but the toolbox is different. There's your toolbox. It's on this side of the tractor. You got this nice little pull out, tip out compartment. Toolbox opens up. Kind of nice, fancy. Now when we get up in the cab, I'll show you a couple more things that kind of set the Fendt apart from the Challenger brand, and then we'll actually start comparing the model sizes. What I mean by that is, that tractor, outside of the few differences I'm pointing out on this Fendt, is the same as a 1038 Fendt. So inside the cab, for the most part, everything looks and feels the same as that tractor. Main difference being your multifunctional joystick. That is different. On the Challenger, I don't even think this is an option at the moment, but on the Challenger, I'll show you when we get over there. You just have one end and go and end function right here. None of this part's here. This tractor has two go and end functions. You can program things on these buttons. So like right now for this planter, I have my up and down programmed here, and I have an auto steer function programmed here. So you have more functionality there. You have more things that can be done with that handle. Over here, the radio, it is integrated into the monitor. I don't know if that's an option or if that's a standard feature on the Fendt. I'm not 100% there. Outside of that, pretty much everything in this tractor is the same as that tractor. So those are the Fendt differences. Also on the Fendt, you do have more options. Like for example, you can get a front 3-point hitch on this, and I believe a front PTO maybe. I'm not 100% on that one, but I don't believe that's an option on the Challenger. So now we'll get into comparing the differences between the 1000 series and the 900 series. So like I said, we've had two 1038 1000 series Challengers. We've been running those since, when did we get the first one? 2018. So that's our oldest one. It has 600 hours on it. The other one we just got this past fall. It's probably getting up there now. I'd say it probably has 250, 300 hours on it. So we've got quite a bit of time in the seats of those. And so far the main thing that I've noticed that's different, look at the visibility, look at that hood. The hood is smaller. I mean, it's just a smaller frame. But one of the main things that I'm liking about this tractor over the 1000 is the maneuverability. This tractor turns very well. That tractor also turns very well now, but we had to adjust the steering stops. We had to move the hubs a little bit. It's probably not set on 120s perfectly anymore. So I darn sure wouldn't side dress with that tractor. Whereas this one, it came from the factory steering as good or better than that tractor, so that was nice. This would definitely be a better machine if you're doing, you know, row cropping, for sure. This one is obviously set up for row crop. I mean, you can get all sorts of different tire options and, you know, other things that would, if you were doing forage crops or if you're running livestock, stuff like that. If my Google device would work, I would tell you what the weight differences are between these two tractors, but you can weigh the 900 series down pretty heavy. I would say the way that tractor is spec'd right now, you could make this one weigh the exact same. I believe there's like a 7,000 pound difference in like as far as how much you can max one out. So if you needed a 1042 for the power, but you didn't need the weight, you could definitely run this tractor. But if you needed the weight, you might want to run the 1000 series. These tractors have the exact same cab in the Gen 6 version of the 900 series tractors. I'm pretty positive. I believe the series before that, there was a little bit smaller of a cab and a couple other minor features that just weren't as comfortable. 1000 cab is very comfortable. So is this one. Same cab. One thing that is a little different with the 9-liter engine versus the 12.4 that is in the 1000 series, you get a different noise in the cab. I think you can hear the fan a little bit more, and it's not, I don't know, it seems like it's a little noisier. It doesn't seem like it's a lot noisier. I think it's just a different pitch of a noise that you're hearing. Didn't really notice it all that much. I've done 2 live streams out of this tractor, and no one really complained about how noisy the tractor was. One thing I don't like about this particular tractor, I believe it was just ordered this way. I'm 100% sure this is an option. The seat in that tractor swivels. This one, you have to manually pull up on the lever to swivel. Not a huge deal, but when I'm planning, I forget that, and I just end up turning around, and then when I'm done, I have a sore neck. That one, it swivels all the time. Like I say, that is just an option. That's just the way this tractor was spec'd. I mean, if I was buying this tractor, I would want a swivel seat in it, though. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's different pertaining to the 900 part of it versus the 1000. I don't think there is. I think that's pretty much it. We'll show some visibility features. I mean, you do have nice visibility out the back. I think the 1000 is a little bit less than that. You can see the drawbar pretty easy right here. One thing it is a little different, whenever you put a 3-point hitch on these tractors, you do lose a lot of visibility out the back of them. They are kind of meant to run the European style 3-point hitch versus the American style quick hitch. Just my opinion, I believe that's what they're meant. Because with one of those, you can get up to everything. You can get to your remotes a lot easier. When you put a quick hitch on it, both of these tractors get kind of difficult to reach your remotes. So now we're sitting in the 1038. As you can see, the hood is wider. We lose some visibility here. We lose some here. And then a little bit more back here. The fenders seem like they're bigger. And it's a little bit harder to get to the CV remotes on this, especially when you have the 3-point hitch on. This one does not have our quick hitch on it. We took it off to run a certain implement. So that's why it's like that. But inside the cab, they're pretty much the same. This is a Challenger difference. This is the handle I was telling you about. I believe you can get a Fendt like this too, but I think they pretty much order them with that multi-function handle. And then we also don't have the radio integrated. But other than that, they're pretty much the same. Not a whole lot of differences. Disregard how dirty this thing is. This is actually the cleanest one we have at the moment. Just looking over it, there's a little bit of height difference, but not much. One other difference I've noticed between the 1000 and 900, see how easy this step is to get into? Seems like with this 900, that step is like right here. I don't know if I was used to a different tractor if I'd even noticed that, but that seems kind of odd to me. I'm sure that maybe you can order an extension for a step. I don't know, just a little different. Wasn't expecting that, but really, if it came down to it, between, like, say, a 1042 Challenger or Fendt, or a 1042 or a 942 Fendt, which one would I get? It's going to come down to a couple things. Price. If I'm not mistaken, a 1042 Challenger, 1042, not a 930 or not a 1038, but a 1042 Challenger is more money than a 942 Fendt. So, that being said, it just depends on my application. For what we're doing, that tractor would suffice just fine. It is perfect for pulling a high-speed planter. The power is good. Really, I've needed the power in a few places depending on soil conditions and terrain. So I would probably go for that tractor if it was if I needed 420 horsepower and it was cheaper than that tractor for sure. If I was doing something that needed a lot of weight, I would probably get pushed more towards the 1000 series.